Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and I am super excited about today's video. So we have a lot to go over today, so I'm going to try and make it quick. At the beginning of the video, I'm going to explain what is going to be majorly different in today's video, why you need to keep watching, the three things that are going to be gone over in this video, and then the end of this video is going to be a ton of fun, and it's actually announcing something really personal to me that I am going to have a lot of fun with on the channel, and I hope you guys are interested in that too. Man, I can't speak. It's 5:30 in the morning. But anyway, so the number one thing that's different is I'm going to be doing multiple videos a month that'll be answering questions from fans, major questions in the industry. As you saw last week, it was how much does a hair transplant cost, and just different questions about hair transplant costs that I answered. Before that, it was does Rogaine work? This week, I am answering how does the donor area heal? Does the donor area heal? Does it grow back? Because a lot of people ask if it's going to grow back, and the answer is no. No, it does not. But it does. And I'll explain that in a second. Also, while I explain these questions and answers, I'm going to put on screen photos of my hair before the surgery, during the surgery, as in right afterward, and then the few days and weeks following after that. And then I'm going to show a video clip that I filmed just 2 hours ago that's going to be going over all of what my hair looks like now with a comb in the back. And I think you'll be very excited to see that in a second. It's really cool. Also, I'm coming with my 6-month hair transplant video. So after that one, I'm going to get a nice haircut, and I'll have it trimmed down really low and faded out. So if there is any scarring at all, man, you'll be able to see it then. Right now, my hair is a little bit longer. Not super long, but definitely much longer than normal. So yeah, let's get into it though. I'm going to start putting pictures on screen. This first picture is, of course, me before the hair transplant. As you can see, I had super thick, long hair. The photos are terrible, but these are my before photos. Before I got a hair transplant, they were what I was showing my donor area to my doctor with, or multiple doctors actually. And the following photo here is my hair directly after the surgery, day after. And then the following 4 photos are actually photos from the days 1 to 7 of my hair transplant. And if you want to see more of those, along with pictures of my face and how it changed in the following days after I got the hair transplant, I did make a video showing the entire first week of healing. Go back to the beginning of my videos almost 6 months ago. I posted a video saying my first week and how I healed, and yeah, it's super interesting. I went way in depth on everything I was feeling, how it looked, how it changed every day. Definitely check that out. But here's the real part you came for. Let me show you the real video of me live 2 hours ago with my buddy showing my hair really up close. Alright guys, welcome to the actual live part of this, where today is December 30th, and I'm going to be showing you what the hair actually looks like in the back, healed. I'll do a quick close-up of the front with a comb, which makes it a little more obvious. As you can see, there is some thinning. Still, it's only about 45%, 50% done. The doctor can do a better job of this than I can, but it's starting to look really good. I still brush to the side out of habit. Once it gets a little more even and longer, because the back is super long, I will actually start getting a nice style done, have this faded out, and get my beard lined up. Excited for that. But let me show you the donor area. So the side never was touched. So somewhere like here was never touched. Let me see if I can show you a good example of what my natural hair looks like. So you can see there's no scarring. Obviously, nothing was done here. But let's move over to the donor area. And that was about this area right here. I'm not 100% accurate, guys, but you'll be able to see there shouldn't really be any obvious redness or scarring. There might be minor redness, but let me know. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But there shouldn't be very much of any obvious signs inside here. It's still really thick. I don't know if you can tell that, but this still feels very thick combing through with a comb. And hopefully it's a pretty good view for you guys. But one thing I can show you that actually is cool is all these combs have a very thin side and a very, like, you know, more open gap area. And so I can pretty much stick it in my hair, which shows you how thick it really is. Even at the front now, it's gotten thick enough that I can do this. This never would have been a thing. Like, I never would have been able to do that like a month or two ago, let alone 6. But I can still do it in the back too with just the thick part and very little of it, which tells me that even though I can feel the difference, that it is thinner here compared to the sides because they took out hair, it's still so thick, which is really good, and it should get thicker because more hairs are going to continue regrowing and stuff. Now, and to explain that, it's not regrowing the hair that was taken and moved, but your hair goes in a cycle. So older hair that was asleep during the procedure will be awake, and so it'll kind of even out a little bit, but I'm still, of course, 3,000 or 2,600 follicles removed from that area and moved to the front. I'll go into more detail with that in the computer in a second, but want to show you a nice, beautiful view with good lighting of the hair. So hopefully that helps, guys. Let's get into the details. All right, so as I said, there are 3 main questions. I get asked a bunch. One is, does the donor area heal? The second question is, do the hairs grow back in the donor area? And do you have scars? Now, I'm going to answer the first one because does it heal? Obviously, yes. I mean, you saw my first video, you saw my second video, you've seen since then. It heals. I don't have gaping wounds. Does it grow back? Does the donor hair grow back? We're going to jump to that question because a lot of people ask that one, and it's kind of a, I feel like if you're asked that question, you haven't done enough research to get a hair transplant, and you should do more research before even considering getting a hair transplant. The answer is no and yes. So the hair that you take, you have a limited number of roots, okay? The grafts. And each of those grafts has like 1 to 6 hairs or something like that. You have an average of like 2.5 hairs, 2 to 3 hairs a graft. I've mentioned this before in a video. And basically, it's very simple. When you punch the root out with the graft, you take the hair and everything else. I'm not going to get scientific and say all the terms, but when you take the root out and you replant it, it's the same thing as taking a tree out of the ground and you're replanting it somewhere else. You're taking everything that maintains it and grows it, the roots, the whole system, and you're sticking it in a new place. Now, the original place gets basically, let's say, filled in with dirt, which is skin. So you're missing a hair there. But you have so many hairs in your head, at least most people do, as you know, there are rare cases where people don't have enough donor hair and then they can't do a hair transplant because it would thin it out and would cause over-harvesting, which I'll get into in another video. I think that's a very important thing to talk about, as it is a major concern that a lot of people should be worried about. Because if you don't do your hair right, you could make the permanent back look terrible, which some people don't care about, some do, but it is important to know the risks and how to avoid it. So back to the actual, does it regrow? Yes, when you take it out and you put it here, it falls out and then it starts to regrow back in within 1 to 3 months. And it takes 6 to 12 months for all of it to regrow in fully. And then 18 months for it to be fully mature, all the hairs. Those aren't exactly the timelines. I will do videos that are more specific on that stuff. But now in the first 6 months, I assume most people watching me are just here for the journey. So I like to give you a little bit of info, and I'll do more technical videos later. But you just got to stay tuned for those. As for, is there scarring? Any doctor that tells you there's no scarring with FUE is lying to your face brutally. Now, every doctor has a different perception of scarring, and obviously, like, some doctors cause way more scarring than others, okay? And that's the big difference that you're paying for with a good doctor. And also, a lot of doctors will be like, well, we use the smallest hole, punch, basically. So we use 0.5, 0.6 millimeter, and basically that's why we have the least scarring. So you don't want to have like 1.5 millimeter, punches. But at the same time, that's why it looked bad in the past. However, if you go too small and your hair is too thick, you can kill the root and the glands that grow the hair. So having a doctor that knows the right size to use on you has a lot to do with experience. Because if you destroy the root, even if they take it out and they replant it in your head, it won't grow. So if you have a cheap doctor or a bad doctor, let's say a bad doctor, cheap doesn't mean bad, but to me, I'm always a little more skeptical. If you have a really bad doctor or even just an inexperienced one, he may mean well. He may have a great sales pitch. He might have a great team. But if he uses too small of a hole punch, then or too large, he either causes damage to surrounding hairs or the one he's taking out, which is called transection. And he can kill the hair that you have. And you have limited donor hair. So you want to be careful with that. Now, I'm not trying to scare you guys, but I do want to give you real information. Like, don't think every doctor's like this, okay? It's not every doctor. And I don't want you to think that. Just promise me you do a lot of research before you just jump into a hair transplant. It's not just expensive. It is permanent surgery. And it's very important to just learn every detail, get very comfortable with it, and be ready for it. I did a year or two of research before I even started going into and meeting doctors. I really did look seriously, like probably hundreds of hours of details on the stuff, which sounds excessive, and I definitely overdid it, which is why I wanted to help you guys. But, hopefully watching my videos over the next 6 to 12 months will actually help you learn both during a hair transplant and after or before you get one about what you should be looking for in a doctor, what you got to be worried about. And I'm going to continue to educate myself and get better. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm a master, because I'm not. I'm like you. I just spend a lot of time talking to smarter people than me. That includes doctors, that includes other YouTubers, that includes specialists. So basically what I'm trying to say is there's always going to be scarring with any time you damage your skin. If I take a circle punch out of my skin and my face, I'm going to have a little scar here. Do scars fade over time? Yes, they get smaller and less visible and less noticeable. Do I have very tiny scars you probably can't even see because there's so much hair? Yes, it's so hard to see. I mean, listen, we're going to go ahead and shave my head down after month 6. Not completely, but we're going to fade out the back and stuff. And you'll be able to see the donor area, and I'll take a way better photo and way better videos. And I'll even have Dr. Panine go through it with the comb properly, because I know mine wasn't perfect, guys. I'm sorry. It was my first time doing that. But we'll give a really good exact look with a very short haircut. And I mean a short haircut, like skin and like 1s and 2s throughout the donor area. And at that point, you'll be able to see if there's any redness clearly without having to worry about, oh, there's a ton of hair over it. You'll also be able to see more clearly if there's more space between the hair follicles compared to the surrounding areas, and all that stuff, including scarring. We'll also go ahead and see if it's over-harvested or not, or if you did a great job. I think you did a great job, but you know what? Let me go ahead and just show that video in the future, and I think you'll enjoy it. But now I'm really excited to share with you guys the end of this video, which is much more high-paced, a lot more fun, and it's also talking about something different that I want to add to the channel. So do me a favor, guys. Please comment below, like, and subscribe, of course, as always. But if you're interested in seeing me do a weight loss and a physique gain challenge that's going to take me about 3 to 6 months to do, then watch this next part. You're going to love this. Yeah. All right, guys. So super excited. This is actually fun for me. It's something I've never done before. I've done video games. I've done hair transplant videos. I'm going to be doing a body transformation, which will be very personal and very interesting for me. But since 2020 was so shitty, and of course I got a hair transplant because I want to improve myself, I figured why not start with my actual body? So let's get a realistic image of what I look like currently. Not flexing, not overly bloated, although we just came from Christmas, so a little bloated. I did lose 5 pounds of bloating though in the last 24 hours, so I assume most of the water weight I'm carrying is gone. I might do a little bit. But if I flex, it's like a full-on flex.
And you just had an Impossible Burger.
I did. Yeah, I did. Vegan. Hashtag vegan. Give me the meat. It had bacon on it, so I fucking failed all of you.
Chicken also.
Yeah, chicken too.
Yeah, you snapped that.
Anyway, so pretty much what I look like currently. I hopefully will be losing a lot of weight here. I actually just realized I have a scratch from fucking. I'm sorry. I have a scratch from not fucking.
From what?
From the cat. We were drunk. We were holding the cat. The cat got me. Look. Oh yeah, like right here.
Wow.
I was holding it, just like jumped off.
None of that.
Yeah, that's why you don't get drunk around kids, man. They're cute, and then they're not. Anyway, back to the actual video. Sidelines. Anyway, so the point is, I'm going to be doing photos every day, and every week I'll be taking videos, showing the weight loss journey. Hopefully the first month, starting January 1st, I'm going to be doing a little bit lower calories on days I'm not working out. Every day I work out, I'll be eating anywhere from 25 to 3,500 calories of somewhat healthier food. So I'm not going to be dieting. I'll be trying to eat healthier with more protein, more vegetables, still keeping carbs in, but cutting a little bit. I do want to be able to feed my muscles and grow. Hopefully I will naturally lose some weight while working out. But that being said, the main goal will be to bulk up first and then shred, but hopefully I can gain weight of muscle and lose some fat along the way. The guy holding my phone right now is going to be my trainer. He'll probably start training me 2 to 4 weeks in. I'll throw a picture of him on screen right now, stare everyone. If I look like him after this, you had to pay him a lot of money. He ain't cheap. Gotta sell your soul to the devil, guys. Thought hair transplants were expensive. Do you think the jeans are an issue?
I mean,
Yeah, fuck it.
man, I don't want you in them boxes.
Hey. Is it recording?
Yeah. Getting
So Brian's gonna feel weird about this. Oh man, Jesus Christ. Getting too comfortable around you, my guy. Alright, so jokes aside, I forgot to do the weigh-in. So, we're gonna go ahead and take off, let's say 2 pounds. I'll weigh myself tomorrow and take a photo of it, but I would say at least 2 pounds of this between jeans and socks. So 190, 2.9.
Usually when you do it, drop a couple of.
Since what time?
This motherfucker
Dude,
drop.
you shit yet? Today it's 3 in the morning, Brian.
He'll shit and then
Yeah,
automatically just have abs.
It's not true.
Okay.
I do lose a lot of weight. This is so much info for them. We're gonna have 0 fans by this video. And they're like, wow, we signed up for this?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you did. You fucked up.
Yeah,
You're stuck, now you can't. There's no unsubbing. No unsubbing. Just hit the like button and keep watching on the next video. You know what? This video's over. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hopefully that was entertaining for you guys. As I said, I've been working on this video all night. It's 6 in the morning. I haven't slept yet. So, anyway, thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. Anyway, I also hope you're looking forward to those videos. And please comment if you are. Tell me your questions that you have about hair transplants and also about losing weight. And tell me how excited you are about the content I'm making. It makes me feel better. Thanks, guys. Peace.